Because if you go
What is
Disruptor,
this?
I want you to go aggressive, and you need something that can go, you know, backline you. Because obviously you can glimpse one back, but you also need.
Ange can just run in and do shit, you know. What's wrong with that?
No, she's just standing there. They ignore her go to help out their teammate. I want something that can like block the enemies from getting to the glimpse target to help them out. So like eye shards or cogs to keep the enemies away to make sure that the player that gets glimpse dies.
Okay, fine. You make a valid point.
I know I do. But I do get what, Beastmaster with the Hawk, you get vision, you can glimpse targets easily. That also makes a lot of sense.
You're just a Disruptor hater.
I play Disruptor a lot. It's not my favorite, but I do play it. But the problem is every time I pick it, the enemy has OD. That's why I hate OD.
And how about Marcy? Do you hate Marcy?
I like Marcy. I really like Marcy because it's flexible. I think with the change of the rebound, or is it this rebound? I think where it like level 1 it has a tiny range. I think that's a great change because level 1 it was stupid how big the range was on Marcy, and right now it can be played off lane, safe lane, support, and it does its role perfectly in all 3 positions.
Sidekick the DK, you know? That sounds scary.
Yeah, sidekick the DK.
It's very good against the Ench.
Can get the backline jump onto Drow, for instance, to push him back to your team.
Yeah, I think overall the pick has a lot of merits in this game. And on the other hand, Team Spirit, they are following up the Beastmaster with a Drow. Very, very classic combination. Beastmaster, Drow, the Aura. Stacking, and you group up as 5, you have vision, so it's easy for Drow to find a safe spot and unleash her damage. Shadow Demon, okay. Not a hero we see too much. He's very good against Marcy. He's very good against DK as well. If you get your axe and your shard.
Yeah,
Very good
that's
against
a
the
lot of
Mirana
spam.
too.
It is
You
also
can
a
save.
Mira hero. He's been playing it quite a decent amount. Ooh.
And Sniper is a very good hero against SD because you outrange him and you get to peep, 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 and kill him.
Yeah, Team Spirit has no way of getting on top of Sniper yet, so they need something that goes deep, Storm Spirit or something in the mid lane, possibly for Laurel.
What are the roles? One of these heroes is a support, right? Like the Marcy is a support.
I would assume Marcy 5, Sniper safe, DK mid, Mirana 4, and then they pick an offlaner. It could also be a Marcy offlane and they pick a 5 last.
That would be weird, but possible.
Could be Mirana 5, obviously, and then they make Marcy offlane and then get a 4. Or, like, they can flex a whole lot. DK can even be offlane if they want to, because DM definitely has played DK in the past.
That doesn't sound too bad. Like DK against Drow lane, that sounds like a pretty good lane for DK. He should be able to farm in the lane easily.
The OG's got like a reasonably flexible lineup in terms of what the hell they want to do.
5 seconds remaining.
And they do have last pick as well, which helps so much for their draft.
Yeah, the last pick, ideally, I feel like they should have a frontline team fighting hero to protect the sniper. But for Team Spirit, they are going to need to finish off their draft with like a mid hero that can gap close, I think. You need a hero that can go to the backline to kill the sniper. So Storm is the first one that comes to mind. There's still Primal Beast, right? Primal Beast is also pretty good against sniper. I like Primal Beast.
A Laurel hero that is... I personally love Primal Beast mid because it is like super aggressive and it can dumpster a game in your favor completely. It's a lot of magic damage. You get a BK. It's one of the fastest BKB rushers in the game. So that... also nice in case they go for the jump. You just disrupt him and keep
5
the Drow
seconds remaining.
alive for a bit longer.
Yeah, it's not many heroes that can fulfill that role. With the last ban Pango, Pango could have been also a good pick for Spirit, but yeah. Alright, Tiny is also a gap closer, which Lau really likes to play Tiny. But my criticism towards his Tiny is like he sometimes tends to just fall off a lot because he likes to play too much to utility, roam and pressure the map. And you know, he doesn't do like what Stormstormer does. He go
10
for
seconds
the
remaining.
acronyms into the crit. You need to realize, I feel like as
5
Tiny, when you need to
seconds
be the
remaining.
hero that scales as well, you know, instead of just helping your team. Sometimes you have to output the deeps as well, you know. So
The
for
good old
OG,
deeps.
for OG, they see this Tiny. What are they gonna do? Are they gonna put the sniper mid to fight the Tiny? And just pick, I guess, another off laner, put the DK safe lane, or put the DK safe lane and pick another safe lane.
Like they still can do everything they want.
Yeah. I
It's
feel it's more about like what they want to finish up with the draft, you know, like what kind of hero do they feel like they need to, and then decide which lane to put the hero in. Like I feel like they just need more heroes in front so the sniper can just keep shooting and killing heroes. I assume the Marcy is a pos 5 or 4 with the Mirana, they're both the supports, so they're definitely gonna need more frontline heroes.
That is indeed a good question. I mean, you could still make the Marcy a core, safe lane, off lane, whatever.
Marcy core. Maybe. She's also a frontline if you play her as a core.
Let's see. OG Storm Spirit. Okay, so they want more
Okay, that
backline
is-
jump to get on top of the Drow, which does make sense. It's a
So
5
right,
Marcy.
off lane DK against Zhao, that's a pretty solid lane. Then you have Storm against Tiny, that's also a pretty good lane for Storm. You can just farm, Tiny's farming, you're farming, everybody's happy. Sniper against Beastmaster, and this lane sounds like a Sniper favorite too, because I've seen this lane before. Sniper usually doesn't have much issues in this lane. So just looking by the lanes itself, I feel like OG is going to have pretty good side lanes. They should have some advantage in the side lanes and have a pretty good mid lane as well. So laning phase-wise, I feel OG is going to have a good start. And Team Spirit is going to more or less rely on this blink on Tiny, which is going to be very key to set up a lot of the plays that they're going to be
5
doing on the
seconds
map
remaining.
and ultimately let them get their objectives, you know, get the tier 1 towers and the Roshan. So I think the blink on Tiny is going to be the crucial thing to watch out for Spirit.
Yeah, I do also. I personally like OG's draft a little bit more. It's kind of clear cut and dry what they're going to do, whereas Team Spirit are, I guess, more trying to get the tossback play from Laurel to get the Tiny out of position.
Execution draft.
Yeah. It's they have tools like Shadow Demon can save the Drow. Demonic Purge is pretty nice, not the best against Sniper because you can get the Shard, for instance, to get the knockback, which doesn't really care about the Demonic Purge whatsoever. But for the rest, OG has like a really dive on top of you, blast a hero down kind of draft with the two supports are super aggressive. A Mirana Marcy combination, jump in, toss back. Then you've got the Storm Spirit joining in. The DK is most likely going to get a pretty early blink as well. So I like OG's draft a bit more here, even though Team Spirit, this is more their kind of draft as well. Like they love playing the Shadow Demon, a Beastmaster offlane duo, even though it's going to give a lot of magic stick charges.
Yeah, it's gonna be just down to the Tiny though. So I feel like they should help him control the runes a lot as the supports and make sure that the Tiny gets a very good start. It'll be ideal if he gets a first bird, you know, before the game starts. We saw what happened the last game when Stormer got a first bird. He just totally destroyed his lane. So we'll see whether can Team Spirit emulate the same thing and try to give Tiny a very good start here.
Yep. And we got ourselves, of course, 3 different lanes winter. So we'll check it out. Assuming that obviously the laning duos are going to be the exact same as we kind of expect. Which lane should we keep our attention to?
Sniper lane, I guess. I like watching the snipers lane. There's always kills in that lane. The Dragon Knight lane is like farm fest lane. So, this is an interesting way of smoking. They went to the lane, I guess, trying to see if anyone's around to, I don't know, play some wars or whatever. It's rather strange to walk through the lane, but it's definitely interesting.
all the way around, but they won't encounter anyone just yet. But Yatoro might just walk up the high ground if they stay in the area. And quickly Q checks if they have a high ground ward. Yatoro, does he know? Actually, he marked up that, or someone else marked up in his team. I think it was actually Miposhka that he should go through the lane instead of through the his own jungle. So
The battle
Team Spirit knows what's up. They know how OG play. No surprises at the start of the
Do
game.
they know how to beat OG? That is the more important question.
I mean,
knowing-
TI champions can probably be. To be fair, they're up against the back-to-back, even though it's a completely different lineup.
Man, this back-to-back record is gonna be. I feel like it's gonna be around for a very long time.
I don't think it's ever. I mean, I'm not saying never gonna get broken, but
Be careful with that word, man.
yeah, it's rough to try and break that one. I mean, there were years where VP was the best team in the world, and Secret as well, and they never got that TI victory.
Yeah. So you see bot lane, Chu getting sidekick level 1, so just allowing the sniper to secure last hits, harass and trade much better. And Mira opted to go for disruption, so just wants to try to hold back that aggression from OG, try to allow Beastmaster to secure some last hits. He's got the small camp block, and the medium camp is also blocked by OG. So yeah, it's gonna be all about how can they control the creeps, who can get the creeps near his tower.
Yuragi starting off with headshot. What kind of build do you like to see? The shrapnel or the headshot take aim build?
I like Shrapnel. Shrapnel gives you kill potential in this lane, but he's deciding to go for headshot and take aim. So I guess trying to just like focus more on last hitting, securing good trades. He doesn't really want to put himself in a dangerous spot, because if you have Shrapnel, maybe you play too aggressive, you might die in the lane more.
And BCM in mid having a decent time up against Laurel currently. A bit better than what we saw in the previous series, of course.
Yeah, this lane should be pretty straightforward. I feel like with perfect play, nobody is going to die. It's just like taking runes, you're waiting for the supports to help you, yada yada yada, and just trade your HP for mana. And top lane Miposhka, he's chasing Taiga out of here, so the side lanes are definitely more interesting than the mid lane. A lot more going on.
No aggressive moves coming out from these two teams so far. So you mentioned, of course, the tiny blink dagger really being the timing for Team Spirit. And with that in mind, late game, is that one area of the game that Team Spirit are scared of?
I feel like late game against a sniper with their lineup, yeah. I feel like the sniper and the storm will be a big problem in late game. So they definitely don't want a game to go too long. I mean, sure, their late game is not too bad as well with the tiny. If you get agonies and a data, we saw how much the hero can do. But I prefer not to go there, with the draw against storm and sniper.
Well, DM, he's not really struggling in the lane. He's got that dragon's blood. He's surviving pretty nicely. His mana got drained by Miposhka, but he's a D guy.
Who needs mana? Who needs mana? DK doesn't need mana.
Well, Taiga's actually taking a lot of damage as well. They're starting to get hurt, but Miposhka in return needs to also be careful that he doesn't get sniped by an arrow, for instance. That's why he's hiding as much as possible behind the creeps.
Career's coming with regen, so they should be fine. I think they just need to be careful for this couple of waves and then make sure they heal back up with the tangles. They should be fine. And bot lane, look at Yuragi. He's getting dove under the tower.
And that's a big kill. Chu. Shadow Poison is nasty. That's why Magic Stick is so good in that lane to deal with. But a pretty aggressive move coming out. They're actually looking for more level 2 wild axes. Could even drop a hawk behind it. Will they go for a possible Chu kill? Here is the question. No, they're going to back off. TP comes in from Yuragi. He does have shrapnel at level 3 now.
Look at that range. Yeah, oh my god.
It's so terrible. The rebound range is so god-awful at level 1.
Yeah, that's why I'd rather have like a second point in a sidekick, to be honest, in most cases in the lane. Just help your carry fight the offlaner. The second point on the sidekick is actually pretty good. Extra 15 damage. Yeah, but this lane is definitely not going well for Sniper. That was a pretty costly death. Another missed rebound. So are they gonna go on them? Any aggressive plays? I guess not. ST doesn't have enough mana to be aggressive here. But Beastmaster, he's able to pull the way back to the tower, so he's gonna be able to secure a lot of good farm here for himself.
And Shrapnel does, of course, also auto-push the lane a little bit out. Mira slightly out of mana, so trying to get some clarity. Regen going in towards mid. It's BZM forced to walk all the way back to base. His teammates have, they didn't get that TP towards mid because obviously the only one that died was the Sniper so far. So he didn't get a free refill. Actually charged forward by Chew. He's trying to go for the kill here onto Collapse. Will die. Collapse. He does have himself Helm of Iron Will, so he is very tanky, and Yuragi's getting Shadow Poison stacks on top of him.
Oh, the
board
ball!
to slow him down. 3 stacks. Yuragi is stuck and controlled, and even the high 5 sent out. Collapse with a double kill. Yeah.
What a Giga Chat, man.
The BM.
He doesn't even use like his mana to use the axe. He knows he can just kill him with the right click and give him a high 5. Man, this Collapse, man, just making the plays. Every game I watch this guy, like, he just has something special to show us.
The guy's pretty impeccable going for the Helm of the Dominate. He's going to have it at a pretty good timing with those 2 kills. And Yuragi not enjoying that so far. Also, the Helm of the Iron Will is so incredibly good against Sniper. He barely does any damage to you.
You need extra Rift Bands. 4 Rift Bands.
Oh, please, God, no. I remember the storms with like the
but for 6, actually 6 null talismans. Oh no, 5 null talismans.
5 null talismans, yeah. That one was...
And 1B and a BKB, right? 5 no boots.
And then just never upgrading. Maybe get an equipped Ags in one go. Like, okay. It was a weird time. Oh, yeah, he's having a pretty phenomenal time. His net worth is not the greatest, but he also hasn't fallen just yet. They're going to go in on Miposhka, and the Enchantress will die to DM. Yatoro cannot harm the DK at this stage just yet.
Yeah, too much armor, too much sustain. He's just going to focus on his own farm, get his level 6 up, go to the jungle, just try to get as much farm as you can, and whenever the DK pops his Dragon Bomb later, just try to come to the lane and clear the creep wave. And mid lane, Lara's getting a bottle refill, so that's the good thing about your supports dying on the side lane.
BZM just crying, why don't you give me a refill? This is his 2nd time he has to walk back to base.
Yeah. Do you feel like sometimes, okay, never mind, DM, Dragon Farm is going for Yatoro.
Top. Yatoro does not have Gust, needs help, no TPs coming in whatsoever, so actually, I was wondering why they didn't go for the kill there, but I guess they wanted to make sure that BZM got it, and GM just walked it off. Nonetheless, a big kill comes out onto Yatoro, dropping him low. Miposhka went towards mid to make sure that the 8-minute runes would be in hands of Laurel, which he'll be able to get bottled up, a nice arcane. And he's queued up that he wants to go for the Blink Dagger first, which you mentioned is obviously a very important choice this game.
Yeah, very, very important. He's going to have a lot of responsibility in DK team play for his team, because Beastmaster is going to be, sitting in a lane, pushing out the waves, pressuring the towers, and here comes BZM. Arrow's not going to connect, so I guess no kills.
Actually gives Laurel attack speed for for the extra brief death timer of the under. I think what's it called? It's not...
they're actually getting the tower. Wow, okay. It's just Enchantress being a Enchantress, you got towers this early with the hero.
And the tiny, even though he only has level 1 tree grab, it still does significant damage. Bottom lane, Collapse walking in. He does roar up Yuragi. That's the target that they're going to go for, even though Chu is so incredibly low and can drop in a second. Yuragi's going to get blasted by the Hellbear Smasher. Can he get out of there? No, he cannot. 1 kill for Collapse. And honestly, they need to be a bit careful that he does not
he
get
might
more.
get Chu here. Axe is off cooldown
Got
soon.
the range creep as well. And
nice, man.
Collapse is a beast.
This guy is so good.
Taiga on the run. Does have 2 more leaps. He's running right towards Miposhka. The slow is there. 1 more leap available. The toss forward. He tries to get out, but again, Collapse. Arguably best offlaner in the world.
Dire's top
Good.
I mean,
tower
look at
is
his
under
net worth.
attack.
Every game, I feel like I'm watching him play. He's like top net worth at 10 minutes. And he has so much fancy footwork, juking the enemy, amazing solo kills. Like that guy just never stops giving,
Dire's top tower is under attack.
On the opposing
Radiant's
side,
bottom
they do
tower
also
is
have
under
a
attack.
very scary player in
Dire's top tower has
BGM on that Storm that can make some plays. He's going for the Witchblade, so he's looking to get some solo kills, which makes a lot of sense. The supports on Team Spirit are very susceptible to just getting blown up. Maposhka has no healing on him, and the Shadow Demon is also not a hero with the biggest HP pool.
Yeah, the SD is going to be the hero that he wants to focus on in every fight because of the save, you know. If you don't go on him first as a Storm, he's just going to save the hero that you go on. So you have to find the SD before the fights happen and take him out.
Collapse doesn't even have
That
a
would-
point in Inner Beast. That's something you rarely see on Beastmasters these days.
Has fallen.
I mean, for the lane, if you want to kill with the ball, I guess it makes a lot of sense to get that second point on the ball. But in certain lanes, I feel like it's fine. You know, if your lane has a lot more kill threat compared to the enemy's lane, I feel like it's good to get the second point in the ball to just help you get the extra slow. You know, sometimes it's just that a bit of slow that allows you to catch up and get the extra kill.
They're
And
giving the stacks to Collapse as well. Look at the triangle.
obviously, yeah, who else is gonna get a stack? You think they're gonna let Yagatoro get it? No, man. Collapse is a true carry. Collapse is a true carry.
Oh, focusing everything to make Collapse's game perfect. And Helm of the Overlord so early. This is just, he's going to be able to run down any lane.
Man, he even has an arcane ring, you know, just in case he needs more mana for doing the stacks.
Who cares about the old axe being gone? Old axes are still disastrously dangerous. Laurel's Blink Dagger still a little bit off. Upside actually.
Do you think that spell should cost a little bit more mana? Like 65 is a bit too little.
Yeah, it actually does a lot of damage for 65 with this, you know, the spam that you need to do as well. Like the fact that Beastmaster is a strength hero with his end gain is not too terrible, but definitely should be at least a significant amount more.
Yeah, and Lara on the meme, on the other hand, he's almost there to his blink, so it's gonna allow his team to slowly but surely start to make more aggressive plays. Everyone else is happy getting their levels, getting their farm. Mira is also getting his level 7 here, maxing the poison, so he does a fair bit of damage in the team fights.
But it gets spotted out, Chu. We'll at least get the counter ward, but towards bottom, Taiga, there is
Killed the creep.
scary rotation.
Killed Beastmaster's creep. He did his job.
Well, Collapse has the Helm of the Overlord now, so that's going to be a little bit more problematic. Even kept the ancient Black Dragon alive so he could scoop it up towards mid. Catch onto Laurel. This is a pretty big one, and they blow him up very quickly. Tiger dies in response towards bottom, but the Laurel tiny kill is way more important because he was so very close to that Blink Dagger as well.
Very big kill there for sure. Like this stopping the Blink Dagger timing.
Oh, DM.
And Collapse is here. The true carry. Can he get a roll?
DM's got Blink, but it gets interrupted by the Shadow Poison spam. But he can blink if he wants to. Yeah.
I mean, they defended the tower. I think that's the more important thing, you know. Lara dying there is definitely not ideal for them, but they held the tower, so Tiny should still be able to get his blink in a pretty decent timing. Another wave of creeps, and they're good to go. Toss, right click, and yeah, his dagger's online. So easy peasy still. And this has got to be like one of the fastest Helm of the Overlord, man. He had it at 13 minutes.
Oh, yeah, throw. He's very much dead. Farming inside the Radiant's jungle, they did smoke up to go for that kill and found him completely alone without his team anywhere nearby.
This happens a lot, you know, when your team places like you see in the jungle, they have a very deep ward. So you as the carry, oh, okay, I have vision here, you know. I'm safe here, you know. You farm and then you just forgot sometimes, you know, the enemy can smoke and then you get caught up, you die. So the ward that was meant to protect you actually killed you.
That's Sussy ward right there. In comes the toss back onto Chu, and well, the moment he lands, he is a goner. Topside DM has honestly been just relaxing and farming away as well. But they're going to go into the pit. This is a early Roche attempt. The Drow walking in as well. They have a very good Roche lineup. Do they know on the side of OG, or do they even suspect anything?
It's too fast, man.
Oh, they scan it, but it's already
way
gone.
too fast. It's way too fast, man. With Beastmaster and the helm. Shadow Demon is also a pretty strong hero, you know. At Draining Rock, she do a lot of damage with the poison.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Oh, they're smoked up. Mira's going to be the target
they found
getting
SD.
jumped here. And Mira is going to get the disruption off on himself. Stays alive for the time being. Lar was a lot of damage coming through. Chu is going to be the first one down, and they will get Mira as well. So a 1-for-1 trade. Nothing much more gain. Collapse still has his roar available as well. So they have everything on Team Spirit if they want to go for a second round.
Are they waiting for any items? I guess just BKB on draw. Tiny doesn't really need a BKB. He's going Echo Saber. Yeah, I think he needs to scale. You know? This might be a very long game. So if he doesn't scale, I feel like late game they could be in a spot where the draw doesn't do enough damage. So I definitely feel like Lau has to start to realize that he needs to play for himself as well, you know, because this game might go late.
Yeah, and late game is not too bad here for OG. Storm Spirit, BK, with if he gets to a point where he gets Axe, and Sniper.
I feel like
it's scary.
their heroes are stronger late game. I feel like if you're OG, you're happy, you know, if it goes 40 minutes, 50 minutes with a Storm and Sniper.
Even the DK, like we've seen. Black Dragon is pretty good. You can't create illusions with it though. Of course, Shadow Demon, when you get to that point in the game where you get like Ag, Blink, Aether, Shard, you're also a very deadly tool.
Nope, Taiga trying to kill the career. And just trying to do sneaky stuff, you know, behind enemy lines.
But Collapse is pushing for the tower.
Has been killed.
Got that ancient Ice Shaman, which has Ice Firebomb that you can use on buildings. Does a bit of extra damage.
Radiant's bottom tower is
It's
under attack.
what? It's 400 damage? Holy shit.
Yeah, but it does 25% on buildings, so it's just 100.
Oh, okay. Okay, I didn't. Okay.
Radiant's bottom
So that's 100 damage. Okay, fine. That's not too bad.
But every little bit helps. It's kind of like Jakiro's fire
Liquid
spell.
fire?
Liquid fire, that's it. Well, net worth wise, they're pretty even Stevens, and looking for a catch here. Laurel's got the blink, gets the Avatos onto 2. The roar comes out onto DM, quickly gets a double kill. And Maposhka's the one that gets both of them, because, you know, God Enchantress in the game. Get that Hurricane Pike at this stage, Aghanim Scepter as well, just pour up.
Yeah, Max Impetus, man. He knows that they're gonna run into damage issues, you know, so he has to do damage as Enchantress. I think one of the reasons about Enchantress that's hard to play is like you need to know when you should be the heal, the tank, and when you need to itemize and use your skill build to be the damage healer, you know. I think he's recognizing it correctly here. They don't really have enough damage until the Drow gets more items, so he needs to fulfill that role, you know, in the early engages, you know. He needs that pure damage to kill Dragon Knight,
Radiant's
especially.
top tower is under attack.
Yeah, power treads on Ench is Ench 5 is not necessarily always shown, but it is pretty strong. He also has that Grove Bow, even though they have a Drow Ranger on their team, who's with the occult bracelet right now.
Yeah, what? That's weird.
That's a strange one. He might just give it to Yatro.
Well, I guess it makes sense because Draw is just farming, right? Like Anch is the one fighting, so he deserves the fighting item.
Yeah, it would still piss off a lot of safe laners, though. They do
Don't
have,
say it.
There's
Don't
a
say it.
Philosopher's Stone available for the side of Spirit, and no one has it in their inventory right now. Mira sticking with the Tumbler Stoy. Miposhka, obviously, you know, he's a right-click support core right now.
I have Growth Bow. I don't need the Philly Stone.
I'm actually curious on what his next item is going to be on Miposhka. It wouldn't surprise me if he went for either.
4-star Dragonlance,
Yeah.
Hurricane Pike.
It wouldn't surprise me if he goes for Dragonlance first.
Oh, so you're thinking not even Hurricane Pike, just
Oh no,
Dragonlance into
Hurricane Pike,
X?
but first the Dragonlance because he's just looking really strong at this point.
I mean, if you're really greedy and you feel like you can do the damage in a fight and carry the team fights, going Dragonlance into X seems like a pretty good idea as well this game, because it allows you to take down the DK quickly, and if you manage to get yourself onto Sniper, you can also kill him. Could be a good idea, you know. Why do you need 4-star to run away when you can just kill the guy in front of you?
That is indeed a very good statement. They also have pretty good tower push that they're using right now. Of course, Collapse with the auras coming in. You've got the Enchantress, the Drow, the tiny buildings just melt in front of their vision. And as you can see, the tier 2 tower top is gone. The tier 2 tower bottom is gone. The only tier 2 standing for OG is mid. And then high ground will be the next target. They're already knocking on the gates as well. It's going to do a bit of damage here. Midwave gets cut by Laurel. So no shenanigans coming in, and they're going to need to defend because it's dropping very quickly.
I mean, the tower's down, man. It's too late.
Oh, going in
The
on
Sniper's not here. Sniper needs to be here.
Oh, finally Uragi's there, but he gets
Oh,
tossed
no.
back. Oh, the silence as well. Uragi can get out of there. Is there a save? There's none available. DM's going to be the next one charge. Zip in, does a lot of damage. Maboshka is dead, but they find a 2-for-1 trade, and it's 2 cores just for the Ench 5.
I mean, OG totally disrespected them, you know. They didn't feel like they had enough damage, you know. But
Oh, Laurel again.
another toss back. Oh
Taiga.
no, Taiga.
Triple leap gets himself out of there just barely, but no, he will still be found out by Collapse in the end. That's just going to be a set of racks here at 20 minutes in the game.
Yeah, this Beastmaster draw is just too strong at this point of the game, you know.
Look
OG
at
is
Yatro's
definitely
It's Dragonlance Butterfly.
butterfly. Yeah, that's a lot of damage. And it's very helpful against the Sniper as well. The evasion is early.
The extra agi from
Man.
Maboshka as well.
I mean, Team Spirit just took a Rex, you know. 20 minutes. Oh, actually no.
Actually, no,
I thought they took.
they build
I thought they
out.
took one. Okay, they didn't get the Rex. They only get the tower. But
I'm actually surprised
okay.
that they didn't at least, hang around for it. Obviously, it could be a little bit dangerous, but racks at this stage is very
how
important.
did they not get the Rex? What the hell?
They just backed off. It's
Yeah, they
spooked.
got 2 amazing tossbacks from Lara, but I just couldn't output enough damage to get the Rex. But the next time that happens again, I'm pretty sure they'll get the full lane of Rex. But Aegis is out right now, so they have to wait for, I guess, the BKB on Drow Ranger.
That's
That's the next timing.
going to take a bit. He's going to go for the Blink Dagger as well. Repositioning is going to be very important in this game to get the silence off on Storm, who BZM has the Kaya Sanj finish, going for the BKB next. DM is building up his own BKB. Sniper, actually, Uragi has a Hurricane Pike and Chrysalis. So very aggressive on the damage output for the Sniper.
Yeah, Lara has a haste. He has a haste right now. That could be very, very crucial in this fight, you know, if they can get, a good tossback. Ideally on the
Scan it.
Sniper. Do they have the Hawk coming in? Yeah, they're going to have the vision advantage here. I feel like OG shouldn't run up this high ground here. They have a DD.
Oh, DD.
Oh
And
no,
Uragi
that's a
tossed
bait!
back, in trouble, roared up. Uragi's dropping low, and Lara with that haste rune charging for more. DM is just going to get slowed with the Demonic Purge. Nothing the DK can do except be distraction so that no one
no.
else falls. They waited to give the bottle there to the Sniper, and that just cost them both.
Yeah, that was way too greedy, you know. I mean, they probably should know, you know, that Spirit might be around the vicinity there. Because if it's pretty obvious that if they're not hiding in their base, they might be actually taking the defense there on the high ground, you know, defending the Ancients area, you know. So that was a pretty bad mistake there by OG, taking the rune there. Too risky there. So right now, they're going to be alive in 5 seconds, so should still be in time to defend the melee Rex, but they're definitely going to lose the range Rex here.
Yeah, range racks falls. Mid tier 2 has also been secured. Roche, when will it respawn is the big question. It's a lengthy Roche respawn timer, but they've got so much map
Yeah,
control.
that's good for OG. If it's fast, then it'll be better for Spirit. How's the BKB coming along for Drow? He almost has it. 1,000 gold away. That's going to be, I feel like, the biggest item that we give them. an edge on the team fights.
You can't always bank on the fact that Laurel is getting ungodly toss-back plays on Yuragi.
And he has Beastmaster vision, with the Hawk, I would say it's pretty reliable.
Even if it goes wrong, you can disrupt him to keep him alive a little bit longer on the Tiny.
Mm-hmm.
He's actually going for Ag, so Laurel also just skipping
by the way,
BKB now.
Beastmaster just bought a 4-star.
Oh, that's really well done by Collapse. They're just making sure that they can keep everyone, because that's the one thing that OG does have a scary amount of is like dive with the DK jump sip in, Marcy on top of you. They can blow up a player, but if you just have a bunch of 4-stars, Miposhka went for Glimmer Cape instead of, and the gem. I think the gem especially is the big one to cut down any bit of vision that OG might have.
Yeah, and Uragi is also he's going Moonshot next, so he feels like they don't have enough damage in the team fights.
Well, if he's dead, there's no damage. That is true.
But then shouldn't he buy BKB and just
Oh yeah, no,
try
100%.
yeah. Try to deal with like the toss
Oh,
back?
not
I feel like,
Yuragi under
oh,
vision
no, he's
again!
tossed back
Oh,
again.
the Hawk
no.
just spots him out. Another one secured. Lol charging for more. Can they get out of there is the big question. Miranda ulti was used. But they just every single time get a glimpse of their opponents. Toss a play. They walk underneath the sentry that was still lying in wait in that area. Chu pops his ulti because he's trying to get anything done. Roar onto DM. The DK is going to get blown up. Double buyback coming out from OG. They have the triple as well. But can they make
look at the
this
damage.
work? Mira is
Oh my
just walking
God.
away. Zip comes through from BZM. He's out of mana on the storm. Avatar's play comes through, and there's Miposhka with the impetus damage on top. Boom! They take a smackdown. Yatoro going for DM. Nope. Chance against
Another
Yatoro. He's got
buyback.
the BKB.
Storm is buying back as well.
Zipping back in. BZM. Can he get the damage? Collapse finally falls. They're going to go for Yatoro, but there is Laurel as well. Doesn't have any spells at the ready. Yatoro, will they find the Miranda? Yes, they do. BZM's the last one standing. Even the Ancient Thunderhide clap is there.
Yeah.
And those cheeks got clapped completely. Absolutely demolished by Team Spirit. In
Lau
game
is
number
definitely
one.
the MVP for that fight, man. He's showing why Tiny is his best hero, right? He did like, 4 combos in that fight, finding the right kills, finding the right initiations, and just made it so easy for the Draw Ranger to output the damage in the fights, Definitely the MVP of the game so far.
Yeah, that was honestly Team Spirit, just pure domination. The Hawk vision as well, just getting a glimpse of every single time Sniper. Every single time Sniper is the one getting caught first. And that's beautiful stuff from Team Spirit. They play a draft that they find comfortable. Mira on the SD. They got the Beastmaster for Collapse. We saw him in the lane dominating. Miposhka on his Enchantress. Laurel on the Tiny. Like, they got every single comfort they wanted, and they made it work flawlessly.
Yeah, they understood their lineup, I feel like the part where they were able to get Roche, they realized they're really strong and they suddenly pushed the high ground. That was like a huge turning point in the game for them, like going for the high ground, even though they didn't secure the Rex, but they did a lot of damage. They forced OG back because they were kind of like split pushing during that period of the game, trying to just secure as much farm as they can to try to prolong the game and go into the point where Sniper can just out carry the game. But Team Spirit, they just didn't allow that to happen. Kudos to them.
Yep, definitely pretty impressive on their part. We'll be going towards a short little break, ladies and gents, get everything situated. Hopefully game number 2 will at least be, a little bit more closer, because Spirit felt in control after that laning stage all the way through. We'll be back for game number 2 after the break.